The curation of physical illnesses have always been the frontier to medical advancement, and without a doubt, a major virtue that deserves focus upon. Yet, it is within the other aspects of public health, including our mental well-being and social well-being, that construct and develop a successful and progressive humanity. Therefore, public health provides a holistic approach in achieving a health-wise utopia, defined by the World Health Organization as the art and science of preventing disease, prolonging life, and promoting health through the organized efforts of society. The Women's Health Center in the Southeast, also known as WHISE, is responsible for improving the well-being of health of women in the southern and eastern metropolitan region within a social model of health and within a feminine perspective. The basic demographics of this suburb can be seen in the table. Feel free to pause the video to look at this more thoroughly. The presentation today will focus on 4 discussion points. Again, feel free to pause the video to give yourself some time to read this. The aim of this agency is to improve the well-being and health of women in the southern metropolitan region by mainly addressing sexual and reproductive health and mental health, and adhering to the socio-ecological model. The target population mainly expands across 3 stages of lifespan development: adolescence, early adulthood, and middle age, providing services that address the diversity of women and their well-being in a safe, friendly environment, and conducting best practice and promotion for marginalized women are its main objectives. WISE also encompasses the definition of public health by placing particular focus on changing the behavior by targeting environmental factors that are most likely to influence the individual's actions and decisions. WISE is a not-for-profit, community-based service run by Women for Women, where the majority of their funding is supported by the Department of Health and Human Services. Secondary funding comes from the Australian Government, Department of Social Services, and the Multicultural Affairs and Social Cohesion Division. As advocates for women's rights and health, WISE provides expert health information, health promotion, education, and settlement services for women in the region. WISE aims to offer a range of services that revolve around 2 priority areas, as previously mentioned. Services that WISE offers begins with the participation in global campaigns, including International Women's Day, 16 Days of Activism, and Orange Your Day, as well as running support groups, seminars, and workshops that help increase female community participation and their awareness on violence prevention and sexual and reproductive health. Renowned for the establishment of their Preventing Violence Together partnership project, WISE co-designs and runs training courses to establish gender equity in school settings and workplaces. The Pampamian Style Project is another program which aims to increase women on correction orders' knowledge of family violence and their capacity to build support systems. Participants gain knowledge about family violence and do activities of self-pampering such as nail and hairstyling to emphasize the importance of self-care and well-being. The Settlement Services Program offers eligible women regular home visits from volunteers that assist them in a variety of ways, ensuring that they have settled well into the community through casework services and information sessions about MyGov, computer skills, transport navigation, and many others. For women simply seeking for a healthy and fun support group, the Women's Wellbeing Group holds information sessions held by WISE that places emphasis on mental well-being and physical health through methods such as laughter therapy, stress relief, and relaxation methods. All of the previously mentioned services require females to physically attend these activities. However, WISE has created an accessible and easy-to-read website that provides information about the company and its services, as well as useful facts, advice, and tips on current issues of health that women can easily access at home. The resource section also provides a thorough summary of all their partnering organizations that offer services such as 24-hour hotlines that are relevant to many. Publications including quarterly newsletters, updated posts and articles, as well as Facebook and Twitter platforms that place particular focus on gender equity and violence against women are also accessible online. So how exactly does WISE relate to public health? Firstly, WHISE has good public health intelligence, where they annually undertake comprehensive needs assessment on mental, sexual, and reproductive health in order to identify needs, gaps, and priorities. This ensures a clear link between the work undertaken and the direct benefit of the target population. WHISE also implements public health interventions, where the population's health is firstly protected through the extensive counseling services that they offer, such as for women facing mental issues. Health promotion involving multiple campaigns, projects, and programs that they run assist in helping women live healthier lives by making choices that reduce overall health inequality. Finally, prevention interventions are prevalent in their services, with prevention of violence against women workshops and 24-hour suicide, domestic violence, and general health hotlines from partnering agencies, to name a few. By addressing social and mental health, WHISE tackles health issues with a public health approach. Instead of basing it on primary care intervention techniques, this particularly focuses on changing the behavior by targeting environmental factors that are most likely to influence the individual's actions and decisions. Now the next question is, what are the targeted social determinants? Social determinants of health targeted by WHISE include social exclusion, stress, and social support. Social exclusion categorizes into social, political, cultural, and economic areas. WHISE first provides social support to encourage self-confidence in women and self-awareness during women's well-being groups, which increases their overall health. This is followed by implementing gender equity in the workforce in the Preventing Violence Together partnership project to ensure equal distribution of opportunities and benefits as part of the political dimension. Culturally, diverse values and norms are respected, yet stigma and discrimination due to cultural upbringing have been addressed in global campaigns and sexual health programs. The economic dimension has also been targeted through the settlement services, which actively help females find jobs, housing, and other resources that will help them sustain a healthy lifestyle. Finally, WHISE aims to reduce the psychological stress of women tackling issues such as domestic abuse, childcare, or even sexual frustration due to health conditions and societal stereotypes. Principles like equity are present due to fair distribution of services towards women across the lifespan, regardless of race, ethnicity, religion, or socioeconomic status, where additional support are offered to marginalized groups such as victims of domestic violence. This service is also available to all women, despite specifically targeting the female population in the southern eastern metropolitan region. The cultural diversity of staff members also attract a wider audience due to the elimination of language barriers that may initially have deterred individuals from seeking its services. The service is affordable to all since it offers free membership and benefits that include access to all services described in question 7. Due to its prime location in the center of Dandenong, this makes it extremely accessible for individuals via walking, private, and public transport routes, in addition to plentiful parking spaces. Finally, consumer participation is also valued, since all services are completely optional for clients, and as outlined in the client rights section on the website, they have every right to vote. WHISE has certain limitations that should be addressed. Firstly, the lack of services addressing sexual and reproductive health means that WHISE should invest more time and finance into the implementation of programs and projects to address this problem area. Secondly, even though the website is user-friendly, the organization of the pages itself can be rather difficult to navigate. Specific services that they offer are only detailed in the annual reports, which can make it difficult for women who are seeking help to locate the relevant information they need. In response to this, restructuring of the website can help with clarity. Lastly, WHISE could consider making the website available in several different languages, especially since the 3 main ethnicities in the Dandenong region are English, Chinese, and Vietnamese. This would accommodate for Melbourne's multiculturalism and increase WHISE's target audience.